All right, we're gonna change the spark plugs and ignition coils on this 2013 Volkswagen Beetle. Has 62,000 miles on it. So let's see how this goes. So I got this kit off Amazon, which has the spark plugs, and then there are the ignition coils. One kit, and then this is a torque wrench. I didn't have one, so you're supposed to put it to like 22 foot-pounds of torque. Just want to make sure I do that right. Don't want to mess that up. So let's get started. As much as I don't want to, because it's kind of a pain, although it's easy to do, you're supposed to, anything electrical, spark plugs are electrical, you're supposed to detach the negative. So I'm going to do that right now. Remove that guy, and then we'll go ahead and move on from there. One thing I like to do too is this thing, you can kind of clean the lead since I'm removing this thing anyway, so I'll do that as well. I just pop that guy on, twist it from the bottom clockwise, and kind of raise it up as you go. That'll keep it nice and clean. Then protect this guy so it doesn't short anything out. Okay, we'll do that for now. They also sell sprays. I don't have any with me. Sprays that you can coat the lead from the battery on. That's also a good move, but for now, we'll just kind of go with that. Oh, also forgot, this actually comes apart, and this thing is to clean this part. So you just do that same thing. Twist. There you go. You can see the particles. I'm gonna pull it up. Makes that nice and clean. Yeah, this is probably the easiest part right here. Just remove the cover. Come on, there we go. That's it. Actually has really, you can see here, really easy access to the ignition coils. Not too bad. It's a little dusty, but that's pretty clean. The kit comes with 4, you can see they're actually kind of a cool red top, so you know that'll make it go faster. And I'll be cleaning this off too. I really like to have clean engines. I don't know if I have any cleaning materials with me right now. This clip here, you can kind of flex it, and you see that it kind of comes up a bit. But it seems like the better approach is you kind of hear this thing click, and you'll see I'll be able to then move it. Actually, I already kind of did it. But that's what what I was doing, is kind of flicking it up. This is important. See this little bump? You need to give that thing above that. So that's what was going on there. This little guy here, there you can actually see. So that's what allows that to happen. So you get those 4. That screwdriver trick was really the easiest, and it didn't damage. Like I was wedging it in there. Just a real quick flick, and it gets it above that little bump thing. Okay, so now we have all the ignition coils exposed, and now we'll pull those guys. So here's a better look at what the tab is doing on this connector. So if you just want to flick it, push it back enough to lift that thing, and then that loosens it. Like I said, my other thing was with the screwdriver, which worked almost better. These are kind of weird. So you just kind of want to, you want to do that. You want to pull it back, and that causes that thing to flex up. Let's see how easy this is, or difficult. So now we got these guys kind of out of the way. That still needs to remain in that general area. They don't give you a lot of room, and I want to kind of pull these things straight up. Oh yeah, that works. Just pull straight up. And just brace on something. Let's take a look what's going on here. Like a little bit of oil, perhaps. Yeah, there's you can see the spark plug right there. It's pretty clean down in there. So maybe that's a little bit of along the side, down there, maybe a little bit of engine oil, I can't tell, but would appear. But there's a spark plug. So we'll be pulling that guy along with the rest of them. All right, so I'm using a 5/8 inch socket specifically for spark plugs that has that, can't see, but there's like a rubber gasket down in there. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. See what we got going on here with this guy. Looks to be a little bit of oil. It is, I don't know what's up with that. If you're wondering what it looks like without the spark plug, that's what it looks like. Gonna lighten it up here so you can see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now let's get these other spark plugs loaded up. All right, so read up on spark plugs. I actually don't recommend anti-seize for these because it can act as a lubricant, which throws the torque off, which makes sense. So I'm gonna put these in basically raw or dry, just like they are. That's how we're gonna roll. Just take it straight down. Actually, we're going to remove that. You really want to feel this thing, and you don't want to over tighten or have some weird threading, and occasionally kind of maybe go the other direction. Make sure it's nicely threading, because you got one chance to do it right or not. Okay, now right to where it stops. Okay, so if the internet's not lying to me, again, it's 22 foot-pounds of torque. I've dialed it in just under the 22. All right, it's now time for the ignition coil. Got 4 of these guys to pop in. And, got to make sure we put in the dielectric grease. You hear it click. There we go. So let's get those on. Yeah, it's an annoying thing when you undo the battery, then it resets the clock. But I wanted to be safe, so let's start the engine. Okay. Low tire pressure. That. Let's go see what's going on. No smoke or anything back there. Seems like it's working the way it's supposed to. Running smooth. All right, so everything went well. It's running really smooth. When you do reset the battery like that, the indicator lights go on. There's a bunch of stuff you just have to based on the manual, you just have to start rolling for probably a half mile, and all those lights turn off. It's just kind of alerting you that your system's been reset. Hope you found this helpful. If you did find it helpful, please subscribe. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. I've got LED bulbs in here on this guy. So there's a video on that. I've got a bunch of different videos. I got a van, I got this guy. This is the Carvana. So both of these are Carvana cars, just so you know. And this is the one that we're swapping out. I still have dielectric grease on me. Anyway, so this car is going to be swapped out for another Carvana car. It's going to be a 4-wheel drive Jeep. We went with a Renegade, and you'll see kind of a video on that. So